Okay, we're breaking in with an urgent update. A full-blown U.S. military blockade is happening right now in the Strait of Hormuz, and the commodities market is in absolute turmoil. We're going to break down what's happening this very second and what it means for your mining stocks.
We just got confirmation moments ago. At 10 a.m. Eastern Time, the U.S. military started a full naval blockade of all Iranian ports in the Strait of Hormuz. And let me be crystal clear, this is not a threat, this is not a drill, it is happening right now.
The reaction from the market? It was immediate and it was violent. Oil just blew past $100 a barrel. And here's why that matters so much. The Strait of Hormuz is a massive choke point. We're talking about nearly 20% of the entire world's oil supply passing through there. This blockade has just slammed the brakes on the region, and it's pumping a huge dose of uncertainty into energy markets.
And now look at gold. It is swinging wildly, trying to find its footing around $4,700 an ounce. This is a classic flight to safety, but on a scale we haven't seen in a very long time. Investors are just dumping anything that smells of risk and piling into the one thing they see as security: physical gold.
So how in the world did we get here so fast? I mean, this timeline just shows you the insane speed of this escalation. Peace talks completely collapsed just this past weekend. On Sunday, Iran doubled down, refusing to halt their nuclear program, and today, boom, the U.S. responds with one of the most aggressive economic moves we've seen in years. This thing went from tense to critical in, 72 hours?
Now here's the thing you absolutely have to understand. This blockade isn't happening in a vacuum. No, it's like a lit match landing in a room that was already filled with gasoline. So let's look at the three other huge factors that are turning this into a perfect geopolitical storm. First up, you've got China. For 17 straight months, they have been buying gold like there's no tomorrow. This is not just some short-term trade. It's a huge strategic plan to get away from relying on the US dollar. And all that constant buying pressure, it's already created a super high floor for the gold price. So this crisis isn't starting from zero. It's launching off an incredibly solid foundation. Factor number two, those aggressive 50% metal tariffs that just kicked in. You have to think about what this does. It creates a brand new reality for metal producers. If you're a US-based miner, you're now shielded from cheaper foreign competition. That gives you a massive built-in advantage in the biggest economy on Earth. This fundamentally changes the game for any miner operating inside the United States. And third, the Federal Reserve is completely and utterly trapped. I mean, inflation was already running hot at 2.7% before this oil shock. Now, with energy prices going through the roof, there is no way the Fed can cut interest rates. That locks us into what's called negative real rates. And folks, that just means inflation is higher than interest rates. Historically, that is the single most bullish setup you could possibly imagine for gold. Okay, so let's tie this all together, because it all leads to the most important question for you as an investor. In all this chaos, who wins and who loses? Because let me tell you, in a market like this one, the gap between the best and the worst mining companies is going to be a canyon.
I mean, just look at this. It's a tale of two miners. Miner A is getting absolutely crushed. Their energy costs are exploding, they might have operations exposed to the Middle East, and their high costs are just eating away all their profits. But miner B? Oh man, they're in a safe jurisdiction like the US, they have low energy needs, and with gold at $4,700, they're literally printing cash with massive profit margins.
And that brings us to the biggest challenge for every single investor right now. In a market that's moving this fast with dozens of stocks whipping around, how do you find the winners? And maybe just as important, how do you avoid the losers? How do you find miner B in seconds? This is the exact moment when having a data-driven edge becomes non-negotiable. It's the reason we built MineStock Pro. It is a platform designed for this exact kind of scenario, to help you cut through all the noise and spot the real opportunities in an instant.
Just look at how simple MineStock Pro makes this. All the key metrics you need are right there, side by side. See GDX USA? Boom. Jurisdiction? USA. So it benefits from those tariffs. Now look at its AISC. That's the total cost to produce an ounce of gold. It's just $1,250, and its price-to-cash flow ratio is dirt cheap at 4.1. It just screams opportunity.
And look, because this tool is so absolutely critical in today's market, we're doing something pretty special. We're calling it the Founder Offer. The very first users who sign up are going to get free lifetime access, but you have to be fast because these spots are already filling up. So let me just walk you through it. Let's put this into practice. I'll show you the simple three-step process you can use on the platform right now to find the potential winners in this mess.
All right, here's how you turn this chaos into clarity. Step 1, you instantly filter by all-in sustaining cost. This shows you the producers with enormous 65% plus margins at today's prices. Step 2, you rank those heavy hitters by their price-to-cash flow ratio to find the ones that are still undervalued. And Step 3, you check the jurisdiction, avoid the risk, capitalize on those tariffs. Done. It literally takes seconds.
You know, the bottom line is this. In a volatile market that's being driven by crazy headlines, you simply cannot afford to guess. Data is your only defense. It's what separates the people who profit from a crisis from the people who become its victims.
So that urgency we're all feeling in the market right now, it's matched by the urgency of this founder offer. This is your chance to get the exact tool you need to navigate this, and to get it without any cost.
Let me just recap this founder offer one more time so we're all clear. You get free lifetime access, not a trial, not for a month, forever. You get real-time data on cash flow and production costs for over 79 mining stocks, so you can make informed decisions. But this is for the first users only, and believe me, these spots are limited.
So here it is. This crisis is creating monumental risks, but it's also creating incredible opportunities. Don't guess, get the data. Go to MineStockPro.app right now to claim your free lifetime access with MineStock Pro before all of those spots are gone. Again, that's MineStockPro.app.